In this video, we're gonna compare ChatGPT and Deepseek. So I have opened the ChatGPT and Deepseek side by side. Here you can see on the left hand side you can see we have a ChatGPT, and on the right hand side we have the Deepseek. So we're gonna use these five benchmarks that you've seen on the screen. The first one we're gonna use the writing benchmark, and the second one is the game development, and then we're gonna see the website development and the content plagiarism checker. We're gonna use the online plagiarism checker to check the content generated by this AI tool to see the original content. And finally, we're going to use the file upload to see the difference between the ChatGPT and the DeepSeek. So let's get started. The first benchmark we're going to use is the writing. So we're going to test the writing tone of these two AI tools. So we're going to ask you a prompt like, you consider I have opened this ChatGPT and the DeepSeek on this side by side. Let's ask the prompt now. The prompt will be write a blog post on LLM models in simple terms. So I'm gonna ask the same question to ChatGPT and as well as to DeepSeek. So let me copy this question. I'm gonna paste it to the DeepSeek also. So I'm gonna copy this and paste it here. So let's see which of these A writing tone is better. You consider now the ChatGPT has generated the response for us. Since the DeepSeek server is busy, it still hasn't generated any response. Now finally we got the response. So you can see that in the ChatGPT we get a nicely format. It gives us a response like imagine asking a computer to write a poem, explain a complex topic, or even brainstorm ideas with you. This magic happens thanks to something called an LLM, a large language model. But what exactly are LLMs and why they are so amazing? Let's break it down. So ChatGPT first give a example to understand the LLM. Now let us see the DeepSeek now. So in DeepSeek, so in recent years, you have probably heard terms like ChatGPT, GPT-4, bot being thrown around. So it doesn't provide any example to understand the LLM, but below that it provides a paragraph like what are LLMs. So large language models are AI systems. So here these provided an example like, for example, if you type the sky is an LLM might complete the sentence with blue because it has learned that this is a commonplace. So it gave us the example here. LLM can write essays, answer questions, translate language, and even create poetry. And below that, it provides how do LLMs work. So let's see ChatGPT. What are LLMs? Are the core LLMs are AI systems designed to understand and generate human-like text. And and how do LLMs work? You consider here also ChatGPT provides a detailed example of imagine teaching a friend a new language by giving them every book and article written in their language. So I will give you a mark to ChatGPT because ChatGPT gives us a real-time example to explain the LLM. Once trained LLM predict the next word in a sentence based on the words that came before. For example, if you say the sky is, you consider this is the same example that DeepSeek also use. The sky is, the model might predict blue because that's a logical continuation. This is the same example used by the DeepSeek also. But the ChatGPT writing tone is easy to understand and uses the real-time example. And below that, it provides the different subtopics. You consider finally it concludes with the future of LLM. If you look at the subtopics of DeepSeek, consider why are LLMs important and challenges and limitations. But I will prefer the ChatGPT writing tone because it provides us with a real-time example to understand it. So I will give the mark to ChatGPT on the writing tone. So we're gonna see the game development. So we're gonna ask a simple prompt on both ChatGPT and DeepSeek and using the HTML and CSS to develop a simple game that is the snake game. So the prompt will be write a snake game for. So we're gonna use just the HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So let me copy this prompt and paste it in the DeepSeek also and let's enter. Let's also enter on the ChatGPT now. You can see that the ChatGPT starts generating the response. Since the DeepSeek server is busy, it still hasn't generated any response. So let me. You can see that the ChatGPT almost finished the code now, but still the DeepSeek is not generated any response now. It's still loading. So let me stop this video and I will continue after this DeepSeek starts generating the response. You can see now the DeepSeek starts generating the response and ChatGPT almost finished the code here. So since the DeepSeek server is busy, let me try 2 to 3 times and after it generates the response, I will continue the video. So let me pause this video and I will continue after the DeepSeek generates any response. So now we got the response. I have tried the 2 to 3 times. Now we got a response like, so it gave us the response now. So first it give us the thinking process. Okay, I need to create a snake game using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Let me break down how to approach this. So you can understand the thinking process of the LLM here. And below that it provides the code now, HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So first let's test the preview of this ChatGPT now. Here you can see this is the code generated by the ChatGPT. Let me click on the preview now. You can see that it generated a snake game, but I can't move the key now. You can see that when I press the down button, the snake is not moving down. So let me stop this. So let me preview again. You can see that when I click on the down button or any button, the snake is not moving. It just go into the straight line. So the ChatGPT doesn't build any fully functional code now. So let's look on the DeepSeek now. Now the code provided by the DeepSeek is completed. So let's try to run the DeepSeek game now. So let me click on the run button. Let me expand this now. So when we click on the up button here, you can see now the snake is moving up and down depending on the key I press. So when I press down, it goes to down. When I press up, it goes to up. So let's try to catch the foot now. Here you can see when we catch the foot, it increases on its body size. And when we go on the border, it became closes. So let's try to play again. Here you can see the UI and the functionality of this snake game provided by the DeepSeek is good. All the functions are working properly. So let's start the game again. You can see that we can able to move the snake. So let's try to catch this food. Consider now the snake grows as it is more. So when we reach the border now, you can say that now the game has been over. Press any key to restart. So this is a fully functional game provided by the DeepSeek. Remember that I provide the same prompt to both ChatGPT and the DeepSeek. ChatGPT doesn't build any functionality, it just build the UI. But when I press on the down button, it doesn't move. So I will give the mark to game development on the DeepSeek. So now the ChatGPT and the DeepSeek has a both one mark. Now let us see the plagiarism. So I'm gonna open a website like a plagiarism checker. So we're gonna check the plagiarism of the content generated by the both the AIs. So let's see which AI has the less plagiarism. So the website that we're gonna use is the Quillbot. So Quillbot is an advanced plagiarism checker. So let's see which A has the minimum plagiarism. So let me open this website here. Consider this is the dashboard of the Quillbot. So this is the website that we're gonna use to check the plagiarism. Let's go to the ChatGPT and let's give a simple prompt like write a non-A detectable, or we can say write a non-A plagiarism detectable paragraph on machine learning. So this is the prompt that we're gonna ask to the ChatGPT as well as the DeepSeek in 100 words. So let me copy this. I'm gonna ask the same prompt to the DeepSeek also. So let's enter the prompt on the ChatGPT. Also enter the same prompt on the DeepSeek now. So I'm gonna press enter on the DeepSeek. You can see that now we got the content generated by both the ChatGPT as well as the DeepSeek. You can see that the thinking process of this DeepSeek. Okay, the user wants a paragraph on machine learning that's not detectable by a plagiarism checkers. This is what we want, right? So first we will check the ChatGPT content. So let me copy this paragraph. So let's copy this and let's go to the a plagiarism checker now, that is the Quillbot, and let's paste that paragraph here. And if we click on the detect AI, so you can see that it predicts 100% the content is likely to be AI generated. So ChatGPT fails in this. Now let us see if DeepSeek pass this test or not. So let me clear this. So let's continue. So now let us see if DeepSeek can clear this test or not. So let me copy the DeepSeek content. So let's copy this and paste it on here and click on detect AI. Here you can see this also 100% likely to be AI. So both the ChatGPT and DeepSeek failed this AI plagiarism detect checker. So we don't give any mark to both ChatGPT and DeepSeek because the content generated by these AI models are detected by the plagiarism checkers. Now let us move on to the next benchmark, that is the website development. So we're gonna develop a simple portfolio website. So I'm gonna ask a prompt like create a portfolio website using the HTML, CSS and JS. So this is the prompt that we're gonna give both to ChatGPT as well as the DeepSeek. So let me copy this prompt and ask the DeepSeek again. So let's select the model R1. Let's click on the enter on the ChatGPT as well as the DeepSeek. Since the DeepSeek server is busy, you have to try 1 or 2 times to get the response. You can see that still a DeepSeek is loading, but the ChatGPT response are fast. You can see that it gave us the response immediately. Now the ChatGPT starts giving us the code now. You can see that it's interesting the portfolio website. So finally we got the response from the DeepSeek. So it gave us the thinking process of the DeepSeek. Okay, the user wants to create a portfolio website using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So just wait for the AI models to finish coding. Then we can see the website of both the AI models. You can see that now the DeepSeek also starts generating the code. So it gave us the inline styling also. But the ChatGPT doesn't provide any styling. You can see that it doesn't have any inline styling. Consider is just give us the structure of the HTML page. But the DeepSeek gave us the styling also. You can see that it gave us the inline styling and still it generates the project. Just give you a few minutes so that we can compare the websites generated by the ChatGPT as well as the DeepSeek. You can see that now we got the code from the both the AIs. We got the code from the DeepSeek also and we got the code from the ChatGPT also. So let's test them one by one. First, we're gonna test the ChatGPT now. So let me click on this preview button to see the preview of this portfolio website generated by the ChatGPT. So for some reason, the preview option is not working in ChatGPT now. So I'm gonna use a external online compiler now. So I'm gonna use this online HTML compiler now. So let me go to the ChatGPT. So I'm gonna copy the HTML code generated by this ChatGPT now. So let me copy this code now. Let's go to the compiler and let's paste it here. So I'm gonna click on the run button now. You consider ChatGPT only provides us the basic structure only, it doesn't apply any styling. You consider my portfolio, about me, project section, but it doesn't apply any styling option. You consider it gave us the bare structure only. So if you look at the code, it provides the external CSS link, but it doesn't apply any inline styling. So now let's see if DeepSeek is better or not. So let me expand this now. So I'm gonna run the website generated by the DeepSeek now. So I'm gonna click on run HTML now. So this is the website generated by the DeepSeek. You can see the DeepSeek is generated a good portfolio with the styling. You can see that it applies the inline styling now, and the website is looking good. You can see that the footer is also looking good, and it applies the contact me section, and all other things are good. So let's copy this code now and let's try to view this on the external compiler now to so that we can view it on the full screen. Here you can see this is the website generated by the DeepSeek, and the website is also uh, responsive, right? So let me scroll down the website. Consider we have the nice uh, home section, and below that we have the about me section, my project section, and the contact me section, and finally we have the footer. And we also have the now bar that says sticky when we move down the website. So in this case, I'm gonna give you a mark to DeepSeek now because I have give the same prompt to both the AI models, but I get the good output on the DeepSeek only. So I'm gonna give the mark on the DeepSeek now. You can see that I have give the same prompt to both ChatGPT and the DeepSeek, but the DeepSeek response is good. But the ChatGPT doesn't apply any styling. It gave us the external styling, but it still doesn't generate the external styling code, right? So now let us move on to the next benchmark, that is the filing upload. You can see that in ChatGPT as well as the DeepSeek, we have the option to upload our files. So I'm going to upload the file from my computer, and in the DeepSeek also we have the option to attach a file. So let's click on the file icon. So I'm going to upload my resume, and I'm going to give you a prompt like find the weakness in the resume. So let me select my resume. So here you can see we have the resume here. Let's select that and click on this open now. I'm gonna give you a prompt like what are the weakness in this resume. So let's also upload the same file to the ChatGPT also. So let me select the my resume now. Here you can see we have my resume. Let me open that up. I'm gonna copy and paste the same prompt that I have gave to the DeepSeek. So let's click on enter on the DeepSeek, And let's also click on enter on the ChatGPT as well. Here you can see we got the response immediately from the ChatGPT as usual. So the number one issue is the formatting and the readability, and we have a different weakness in this resume given by ChatGPT in subtopics. But still, the DeepSeek is thinking. Since the DeepSeek is launched some days ago, the servers are busy. If you try the DeepSeek, you don't get the response immediately. You'll have to try 2 to 3 times so that you can get the response. Consider you get the option like the server is busy, please try again. So you'll have to try different times so that you can get your response at least single time. But the ChatGPT almost finished the response, and finally on the third uh, try I got the response. Okay, let's take a look at this resume and figure out where it might need some improvement. So he gave us the response now. So the resume begins with candidate name, contact information, and links to GitHub, LinkedIn, YouTube, and portfolio website. So the one thing I noticed right away is the formatting. So both ChatGPT and the DeepSeek notice that the formatting is the weakness. The resume uses dashes and bullet points. So this is what we have here also. So let's go to the output now on the DeepSeek. Formatting is a issue detected by the both ChatGPT as well as the DeepSeek. You can see the formatting and consistency issue. Here you can see the DeepSeek provides us an option to how we can able to fix it. You consider use a consistent format for all sections, bold headers, uniform bullet styles, lack of quantifiable impact, vague experience description, missing links and contacts. And on the ChatGPT we have the different subtopics. But I feel the DeepSeek response is good. It provides us the weakness as well as a solution to how we can fix that weakness. So I will give you a mark to DeepSeek in this file upload option. So since the DeepSeek is just released some days ago, the response takes some time. So it is up to you to use which AI model you like. And one of the core feature of DeepSeek is that it is open source and you can just download into your Linux machine or Windows machine. I have already made a video about that, how you can install the DeepSeek into your Windows or Linux. If you want to watch that, I will provide the link in the description. You can check that out. So if you want to go with a free and open source model, you can go with DeepSeek. Or if you want to get the faster results, you can go to the ChatGPT. So this is all about the difference between the ChatGPT and the DeepSeek. So this is for this video and I will continue in the next one.